Welcome to the Align and Inspire podcast. I'm your host, Laura Monique, teacher and curriculum writer turned program mentor and business strategist for coaches, educators, and mentors, and creator of signature program design. I've helped dozens of established coaches like you create their own signature program that creates incredible transformations and consistent growing revenue in their business. Whether you've created a program that felt off in some way, maybe it felt scattered or heavy or just hard to sell, or you know you're delivering results one-on-one and you want to create a more scalable offer, this is the podcast for you. Here you'll find practical strategies, encouragement, and inspiration to create the offer that you will be known for, that feels aligned, and that you are really meant to create to inspire others. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the podcast. Thrilled to have you here. This is going to be a shorter episode than normal because I'm going to be honest, I have a little one at home sick with me. He is hopefully on the mend. He's got some antibiotics and he's very optimistic and playing at the moment. Hopefully you don't hear him too much in the background. But this is going to be a short episode because I know a lot of you listening are moms or parents to be. And you understand the juggle of running a business and having kids as well. And so this is the reality that we're in right now. But I am very appreciative of the flexibility that my work gives me. So this is going to be a quick episode, but I wanted to dive into the difference between a pilot program, a group program, and a signature program. What's the difference? Which one's right for you? What do you need to know about creating these? Are you looking to create a group program, a pilot program? Are you ready for a signature program? What's the difference? Because I use those terms often in this podcast, even the term beta program. And so I wanted to clarify that so you know the difference and which one your business needs right now. So let's dive in because again, this is going to be a short episode. So let's talk the difference between a group program, a pilot, and a signature program, and even an online course and which one is right for you. So a group program to me is kind of like the catch-all term that is a scalable group coaching program, right? So a group coaching program is usually you get a group of people together, even 2 or 3 or more, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 20, maybe it's 3, and you run a series of group calls together. And so you're doing your coaching or your teaching or mentoring in a group setting, and there's a live coaching, consulting component in a group program, right? That's in a nutshell. So for me, I do run a group program, right? My main program is called Signature Program Design. It is, by all intents and purposes, a group program because we have group calls regularly. We have a community that is very active. Like even this morning, it was so great. I woke up because I'm on the Pacific, I'm on the West Coast, and some of my clients are on the East Coast. And even by the time I checked my phone, people were already messaging back and forth and supporting each other in the community in our Telegram group, which is so nice to see. And so it has a community aspect to it, right? The thing that I find with a group program is that sometimes that's kind of where it ends, is there's maybe like a Facebook community and live group calls. For me, I don't personally love just group sessions, live group sessions, because to me, if you have any kind of teaching included in your group program, I think you really need some sort of pre-recorded course content as well that people can refer back to. If your program is solely coaching, which I do support people with all the time, like I have coaches and therapists in my programs. If your program is solely coaching, you might not need a course content element, but oftentimes the clients that I work with, even therapists, tend to have something that you're teaching about, what beliefs are, what your triggers are, different frameworks that you're using, some sort of teaching element. And so I recommend including some sort of pre-recorded content eventually, and I'm going to get to that in a second, eventually as part of your signature program so that people can refer back to it. Personally, I don't recommend having just live components because I've taken enough programs now, many, that just had live. And I didn't find I could refer back to the content easily to be able to remember certain elements of it because they were just live calls. And I'm like, I'm not going to sift through 2-hour group calls to try and figure out where that piece of information was that I was learning about. Like I want it really fast. So I always recommend having a course component with it. So for me, a signature program is a transformational program and it has some sort of implementation activities in it, usually a group program. So it usually has group calls. It might have one-on-one calls, but usually has group calls, usually has a community. It has course content, and it's like your signature flagship program. It's the program you're known for. Now, if you look in the online world, there are a lot of people like Amy Porterfield, who her signature program I would say would be DCA, and it's more of a course. I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, I've never taken it, but I'm guessing there's probably coaching elements, maybe really large group coaching elements. It's more course based, but that could be a signature program too. It's the thing that you're known for. It's the thing that you launch over and over again. It's the thing that you refine and create into this really signature. It has your signature frameworks in it. It has your signature processes. It's your specific content that you've created over time. It's the thing you know gets results. And for me, having a signature program is everything, because it's the thing that you can become known for, and you can refine every piece of your sales process, who you're talking to. You can get to know your ideal clients really well, the messaging, you refine your offer over time, you sell it over and over, you improve your sales system, you improve your delivery, you improve your systems to run your program, you can grow it, it can become more scalable. And it's the thing that creates consistent growing revenue in your business, because you can always depend on this one program that you are selling over and over again. And because it has a group coaching component, you can include renewals in your signature program. And so it can give you more stability in your business. Like even just today, just before I recorded this podcast, I had someone renew in signature program design. So even if I'm busy at the hospital or the doctor's office or whatever with my son this week, I'm getting renewals because people are still being supported in signature program design. So that's what a signature program is. So what's a pilot? What's a pilot? A pilot or a beta is your first step to creating your group program and even maybe your signature program down the road. It is the first step to creating your scalable group offer. Whether you're creating an online course that is just like course like components, or you have a group coaching element, or your goal is to create a signature program over time eventually, you need to start with what I call a pilot. Some people call it a beta program. So a pilot program is like your first round of your program. And it is like the bare minimum that you need to get it off the ground. And you're testing to see if your offer, the program that you want to create, to see if it is a viable offer, AKA people are willing to spend money on your offer. So the thing I love about a pilot is sometimes people think, oh, just focus, like build the plane as you fly it, like sell it first and then make it later, right? And to me, I know most of the clients that I draw in are not the kind of people that like to really always wing it. They like to be more organized. The clients that work with me tend to really want to create a really strong client experience. They want to feel prepared, structured, and they want to have a strong program. And so the idea of just creating something as they sell it sounds very daunting. So what I recommend is a pilot, and there are certain elements that you have in place before you go to sell it. So when you have a pilot program, you're going to need things like you need to have a really clear idea of who your ideal client is, who you're bringing in, what your niche is. You need to have a clear idea of the basics of your offer. There are more elements that make your offer more magnetic and exciting and intriguing that I add in once you're developing your signature program. But for your base level, there are some basic elements that you need in your offer so that people can say, yes, that's what I want. So you need to have that basic level foundational elements in your offer. You need to have a program outline. So this can vary in levels of specificity and preparation. Some of my clients will just have like their sessions outlined. Some people will know what their sessions are going to be, what their modules are going to be. They might have their first sessions mapped out and their rhythms, things like that. But you need to have at least a program outlined so you know how you're going to be taking people from point A to point B. I think the thing that can trip us up is if you don't know how you're going to support someone, it can feel really hard to sell your program because you don't have that mapped out. Like just this week, there are some members in Signature Program Design. They've just opened their doors to their pilot programs. And they've both, at this point, they've just started. They both have 3 members. And so there's 2 people who have 3 founding members so far in their pilot programs. So that's where they're starting from, right? And that is, once you get those people paying, then you know that you have a viable product idea, like an offer like people are willing to pay money for. And that's when you start the refining process, because you have your outline, but you're testing your outline. Is this actually what people need to learn from you? Do you need to add things? Do you need to subtract things? Do they need more time? Do they need less time? There's all sorts of feedback that you're going to get in your first round. And so this is why I don't recommend recording your entire course before you go to sell it. If you're creating a course or some sort of group coaching program, you want to have a level of flexibility to be able to co-create with your pilot founding members. So the difference is, if you're thinking, I'd like to create my first group program, I would highly recommend that you start with a pilot, or some people call it a beta, a pilot program first that you're going to refine and improve over time, that will evolve into, maybe you just want to keep it at a group coaching program level, and you just want to do a few rounds of that, and that's all you want to do. Awesome. But if you know you want to have, like, this is the thing that I want to be known for, that I really want to go all in on to really scale my business, then you evolve that pilot program over time into your signature program. Does that make sense? So how to know which one is right for you? If you have never launched a program before, I would recommend starting with a pilot program. Then you can decide, once you've run your pilot once, are you going to continue on with that direction? Action creates clarity. If ever you're stuck figuring out which way you want to go, I would start with that. Start with your pilot, and then decide, what kind of level do you want? Do you want to just do some group coaching here and there? Maybe you stick there, or maybe you want it to become like that signature program that you're known for, and you evolve it into that over time. If you've already created a pilot and you've already run your program once or twice, and you know you want to evolve it with the right systems, you want to make it really scalable, you want to make it really quality, you want to have everything like really well organized, well oiled, maybe you're ready for the signature program. Does that make sense? Whatever you opt for, what you need for a scalable group offer is, you need to make sure that you know your niche, you know the problem that you solve, and the result that people want, that they are willing to pay for. And that's what you do with your pilot. So I want to take a moment before we end this episode to let you know that I am starting a brand new program, and it is called Pilot Program Design. So my main program is Signature Program Design, but I've been noticing that I've been getting a lot of people who are saying, I'm just not ready. I've had this ever since I started it. I'm just not ready for that. I would love to work with you, but I'm not ready. And so I've decided to start my own version of a pilot program, and I'm creating my first round of Pilot Program Design, and it is going to help you create and launch and fill your first ever group program. So if you know in the next few months you want to start your first ever group program, I would love to hear from you. Send me a message on Instagram and we can have a chat. It is a sizable discount because it is my first round that I'm going to be running. I'm refining it as I go. Sizable discount. I only have 10 spots and they're already filling up. I've already had the first few members join us, and I have a number of people interested right now this week. So I know it will fill. So if you are interested and you're listening to this episode this week, it will be coming out on the day before Halloween. If you know you're interested in joining Pilot Program Design, or you want to hear more about it and see if it's the right fit for you, send me a message on Instagram. Don't delay, because I don't want to tell you that it's full later if you message me later. If you're listening to this episode later and you still want to launch your program, I will likely be launching Pilot Program Design in the future. So you can always send me a message if you're listening to this later as well, and I can let you know where we're at with that. But if you are listening to it real time, definitely send me a message on Instagram. I'd love to hear from you and see if it would be the right fit for you. So thanks so much for listening to this quick episode, and I will see you next week. And it is currently the Align and Inspire podcast, but I have a rebrand, a new name coming out that I'm really excited to share with you. I'm not quite ready for it yet, but it will be coming out shortly. So for now, I'll see you on the next episode of the Align and Inspire podcast, but stay tuned for my rebrand as I'm evolving the podcast and what we're doing over here. So thanks so much for being here, and I will see you next week.